when you have an audience on your side in the palm of your hand laughing at your jokes, it is like an injection of heroin. It is like, uh, I'm constantly chasing the dragon. You'd be surprised at how delusional some parents can be. I have some friends that are gayer than pride, and they said their parents cannot wrap their brain around the fact that they're gay. I'm like, your parents need help. On Fire Island, there's Cherry Grove and Pines, and in between it's like forest area, and then you let the meat rack where all the gays hook up. And And I got lost at like 4 a.m. in there, and I was like, I felt
Of course
like I
you
was like,
did. You accidentally wandered down there at 4
I
a.m.
just accidentally happened to be on my knees for 4 hours
Exactly.
trying to find my way.
We've all done it.
I mean, if you don't have any trauma or insecurities before you move to LA, honey, you'll get them quick. Because, literally.
Okay.
Because you are picked apart for every single thing that you are, mostly physically. Especially like I was auditioning for a lot of commercials, and people are ruthless there. And then I had another agent that was like, is it possible for you to not act gay? And that person was gay too. And I was like, oh God. I was like, oh Lord, the call is coming from inside the house. Like sometimes I'll be having a conversation with someone, I'll be like, damn, I'm funny, I just said something hysterical. I start my day with Friends of Dorothy.
I start my day with you. What are we getting on here, Michael?
I love working with brands because I secretly enjoy marketing, because there's kind of a science to attracting your audience to something. It's a lot of trickery, it's like I'm doing something funny and then haha, now we're talking about a brand, and then back to funny stuff. It's kind of like my stand-up.
Hi, I'm Azamat.
And I'm Oliver, and we're the founders of Friend of Dorothy.
We're so excited to have our first guest from the US, our beloved influencer, comedian, actor, supermodel, Michael Henry.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi,
Michael. Welcome.
Michael.
Thanks
How
for
are you doing?
having me.
We are very
Michael,
excited to have you.
I'm so excited. I'm like your biggest fanboy. I watch your reels probably 20 minutes every day. That bump you get every morning at like 6 a.m.? That's me.
I didn't
Uh-huh.
realize I was getting a bump that early.
You are getting I'm bumping you at 6 a.m. every morning, Michael.
My wake up call bump. And I'll take it. I mean,
Michael, you do
posting,
take it. You do take it.
I'll take it, and I won't say no.
Amazing.
Michael, you bring so much joy to everyone, and I think that's why you have such a big following. Like every time I bump into your reels, I'm like, okay, that would be funny, that would be good, that would be hilarious.
Thank you. I try. I try. I mean, gay people are just so inspiring to me. They're always doing something to inspire some kind of content from me.
Do you have a pet gay of your own, or you just like to look at them?
No, just strays. I
Yeah,
love the
I just
strays.
don't we all? Don't we all?
Michael, we'll definitely come to the point where we want to discuss a little bit more about your inspiration or how do you create your
Mhm.
content. But we usually want to get to know a little bit more of you from just the beginning of the timeline. Where are
Yeah.
you from? What was your upbringing like? What was your coming out story? All of that, if we can start from there.
From the very beginning, from the moment I was conceived. Well, I was
Don't describe
born.
your mother's.
I was born and bred in New York, Long Island. Have you guys ever been to Long Island, New York?
I have been, yes.
Yes,
Although we
Fire
went
Yes.
there together.
Yeah,
Fire
yeah. We used to
Island.
be married back in the good old days, but he left me for a woman. Um,
No,
he,
really?
no, no, no,
Oh,
no, no. But we weren't married. But yeah, we're not anymore. But yes,
oh,
we've been to New York many times. I love it. If I hadn't married Azamat, I would have moved there and been successful something.
that's a successful slut.
Hopefully, yes.
Well, yeah, I grew up in New York, moved to Los Angeles when I was 22, and I've been there ever since. But I always wanted to be an actor. I actually went to school for dramatic acting, and every time I would do Shakespeare or something, people would laugh. So I was like, I think I'm doing something wrong. And my professors were like, I think that you should like go into comedy. So I moved to LA and did, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of like Second City or Groundlings. Those are like the popular like improv and sketch comedy schools.
Hmm.
And I did those in Los Angeles. And then I started making my own content because I was jealous of everybody else doing content and not including me. So jealousy is really what fueled my career. Then over the pandemic, I started doing stand up.
One step back, when did you realize that you were gay, or was it pretty obvious from the beginning? How?
I remember when I was like maybe 6, I would put on one of my dad's long t-shirts and then one of my small t-shirts, and it would make like a dress, kind of like the excess. And I would twirl around and I would put my sister's leggings on my head, and it would be like a fake wig. Everybody in my family probably knew I was like gay then. But that was like an awakening for me. The beginning of my drag career that never went anywhere else.
But did you have to come out, or there was no need?
I came out at 19, and I came out to my friends and to my parents via email.
Oh, it's second time we hear some kind of story like that, because one of our guests before did a YouTube video, a coming out YouTube video to all of his
Okay.
family and friends. So tell us more about your version. Why email, and what was in
Well,
the email?
Well, I don't think YouTube existed when I came out, but the email was just like my therapist really pushed me to do it, thankfully. And it was really short. It was like, I think you already know this, but I have to say it, blah, 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 blah. And, at the time I was like, I feel like so kind of like cowardly for not being able to do like what they do in like TV and movies, which is have a serious sit down and have an all dramatic conversation. But I was so happy I did because I got 2 sweet emails back,
From who?
both my parents.
Oh,
Who,
that's sweet.
who do you think put the email
I
you
don't know.
back? The neighbor in number 67.
Yeah, no, from the hackers, from the
Yeah.
scammers, I
No,
sent my email
no.
to.
Both were automatic replies.
Yeah, yeah, mailer
This,
demon.
yeah. No. But Michael, did they reply to you via email as well? It wasn't like they
Yes,
didn't give you a call, like say, Michael, we
they
love
did
you no matter
both.
what.
They
Okay,
did
okay.
both. Yes, but they took their time with their emails. But no, they sent me emails back, and I'm glad they did because it's like immortalized in time.
Did you feel better after you came out? Was it like freeing
I
experience
did.
for you?
It was. I mean, it's true what they say to like just like come out and just like because it does feel like a weight is lifted because so many gay people feel like they have a secret, and it's so weird that you have a secret you have to share,
Mm.
and like it feels so much better when you like don't have that secret. Like I almost kind of sometimes feel bad for gay guys that come across as straight because they have to constantly tell people, "No, I'm gay." Like me, people just know I'm gay, but like it's got to be weird to constantly like if a, to to have a woman flirt with you. Ugh.
Yeah, how dare they? Myself and Azamat, we have a child together,
Hmm.
and then I have children as well. And it's something that, as a parent, I'm forever coming out. I go to the doctors with my child, and they're like, "And what
Hmm.
about the mother?" And I'm like, "Oh, here we go again." And it's,
Uh-huh.
I would say, every single day, when I do anything with my kids in some way, I need to come out. People are like, "Oh, isn't it nice that dad's taking you out, giving mum a rest?" It is weird.
Interesting.
Like when you have to come out so often, it's
Yeah.
a weird thing. For me, it feels like I'm constantly coming out.
Yeah.
And then I just flap my arms a little bit and they're like, they've got it.
Exactly. Do a twirl. Do a
Do a twirl.
Yeah.
sway.
Actually, that's true, Oliver. Last time I took our daughter to the doctor, and at the reception they're asking questions, and then I stumbled in the question like I didn't know the answer, and she was like, "Do you want to call the mother and ask her?" I was like, "How dare you?" How dare
That's why
you?
it is wild that that is still so many people's assumption is if you have kids that it's a man and a
I mean,
woman.
I don't blame them, but they also, when you tell them no, I'm gay parent, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, and you could tell that they are sorry, and they are eager to learn and educate themselves. So, okay, next time I don't need to, maybe straight away assume that everyone has a
Hmm.
mom, every kid has a
No,
mom.
I took her to the doctor's a little while ago, and the doctor was like, "Oh, and what about mum?" And I was like, "Oh, she doesn't have a mum; she has two dads." And the doctor started arguing with me. And was like, "Well, she does have a mum." And I was
Mm.
like, "Wow!" And this is in front of her. She's 5 years old, so she's still like getting her head around stuff. And the doctor's like, "Well, she does," and I was like, "No, she doesn't." And I don't appreciate. Papa
That's
got my sass.
weird.
I yeah.
That's
Um,
weird. That's why in Los Angeles, I don't know what it is like in London, if it's as like left leaning as Los Angeles is, but there's gay people everywhere in LA. Like I don't, I would like to the point where I don't even think you'd have to go to a straight pediatrician.
I see. Okay.
that's
Yeah.
it. I'm moving to Los Angeles. I've had enough of it here. This is
Yes. And you guys don't have air conditioning.
we
Yeah,
don't
that's
need it.
true.
It's freezing. It's the
You
middle of
guys
summer and
are.
it's raining.
Here's the thing. I love London, but you guys are delusional. Global warming is happening. I was there 2 years ago in September, and it was hot as hell. And all I had were box fans.
Yes,
You
that's true.
guys
That's
need to
correct.
get. Heat is taking over the globe.
Fair, fair, fair.
Mhm.
You told us about your coming out story. I guess my question is, was it a surprise for your parents, or they kind of anticipated it? What was their reaction?
They were not surprised. I mean, I had been asking for Barbies for years, which I got. So I had a bunch of Barbies. And I remember one of them came with lipstick, and I remember putting on the lipstick and everything. And
Yep.
I was in the plays and musical theater, so no surprise. I was in Boy Scouts. I don't know if you guys have Boy Scouts there, but I hated every second of it. And so I think my parents were clued in.
Azamat is so jealous that you had Barbies. So
Yes.
Azamat grew up in Kazakhstan, and I know from
Okay.
his childhood, one of his biggest gripes, and he was treated like a little prince growing up, but his biggest gripe about his childhood was he wanted a Barbie. He didn't get one, but his sister did. And even to this day, he still bitches about the fact his sister got Barbies and he didn't.
That is
It's my
so
Uh,
trauma.
funny. Yes, my sister had a lot of Barbies too. I actually have a joke. I always say that, like, I think if you're a little gay boy and you have a sister, your sister is your first beard.
That's true.
Because you could play anything off that she wanted it. Like I didn't want the Barbies, she did, or the makeup or the
Yeah.
nail polish.
Or
And
you listen
you,
to Britney Spears CD and it's her for her.
yes, it's
Yeah.
her CD.
Yeah.
I,
no wonder she got married
No.
and moved off into the sticks.
yes.
What are you
So-
blaming her for everything?
I know she's the reason our family computer got a virus every 3 months, not me.
She sounds awful.
Michael, and then in your upbringing, in terms of like your high school and uni days, like what was story there?
Well, Long Island is a little like conservative, so I was bullied a lot because my voice is different. I just feel like always carried myself like a gay person, but in like the '90s and early 2000s, that was still kind of like weird to most people. And I think the only gay people on television were the original Queer Eye people.
Yeah.
And that was like a revelation. Like, oh my God, there's gay hairdressers.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
um, so that it was a little weird. I got bullied. I got beat up. Like once I was done with high school. I don't know if you guys have the equivalent of like community college. I went to community college for 2 years, and I think that was actually like my version of high school. I got to like start over. I feel like I needed a little extra time to grow up because I was in such fight or flight mode in high school.
Hmm.
So once that was done, I felt like I was able to breathe and become my actual person in community college. And then after that, I went to university. And I felt like when I was in university, that was like my my college time where I could actually like pursue myself. I felt like I could breathe in community college and university. I felt like I could actually pursue myself.
And was humor and all this positivity your kind of defense mechanism to
I think
survive.
so. I mean, when I was in high school, I would run home from school and watch the Rosie O'Donnell talk show. And
Hmm.
then I would watch The Golden Girls, Designing Women, The Nanny. So these women were like my comfort zone. And watching these women be funny and that was their strength, I think is what inspired me to use comedy as my strength. And I kind of just felt like I related more to these strong women, you know.
How on earth did you need to send your parents an email to come out
Exactly.
after you were rushing home? And your therapist, I would be reaching out to her and asking for a refund if that's what the advice she
Exactly.
gave you.
Exactly. I know. Hey, you know, you'd be surprised at how delusional some parents can be. I have some friends that are gayer than pride, and they said their parents cannot wrap their brain around the fact that they're gay. I'm like, your parents need help.
They're the ones needing the therapy. Oh.
There's such delusion as a parent sometimes, I think.
Your first maybe dating experience,
Yeah.
what did you use websites? Was it already like Grindr era?
Oh
What
my
was like
God.
unpopular?
When I there was a gay bar on Long Island called Shy Lounge, and this was pre iPhone, pre smartphones, when you actually had to meet people in person.
Yeah.
And I would go out with I don't know if you guys ever had California Pizza Kitchen, the restaurant. It's like a chain restaurant, kind of like TGI Fridays or Applebee's. And I worked there, and me and my lesbian friend would go there, and I felt like I was like it was porn to me, like being there, just seeing all these hot men on the dance floor dancing. I once danced so hard with a gay guy there, I came in my pants.
Oh my God, you're a liar, Michael.
I was like, I just had sex. It was insane. I
Uh-huh.
was very sheltered. Like, I was not like doing I was such a well behaved kid. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't sneak out. I didn't drink. I didn't do anything until I was like 21.
Uh-huh.
So that was, to me, that was like, oh my God.
So your first kind of experiences of like gay community and dating was in person, right? When it's like gay bar situation kind.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
It was heaven. I'm actually so thankful for that. I can't imagine people's. Well, I was on MySpace and I was having like dirty Yahoo chat conversations before that. Remember the
Okay.
Yahoo chat rooms? Oh my
Uh-huh.
God.
Uh-huh.
That was also that was dirty. But
His sister got the blame.
exactly.
Again,
My sister is in
poor
the M for M
sister.
chat rooms.
She left it open and you just found it.
Exactly, yes.
Uh-huh.
The webcam just happened to be in the right position.
Hmm.
No, but honestly, I'm so thankful smartphones didn't exist then. I mean, I was to meet other gays in person and that have to be what you have to do was just heaven. And also, the first time I was in Fire Island was before smartphones, and I remember getting lost in the meat rack, and I was like, "Oh my God, do you know the meat rack?"
No.
There's on Fire Island, there's Cherry Grove and Pines, and in between it's like forest area, and then you
Okay.
let the meat rack where all the gays hook up.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I got lost at like 4 a.m. in there, and I was like, I
Of
felt like
course you did. You
I was,
accidentally wandered down there at
I
4
just
a.m.
accidentally happened to be on my knees for 4 hours
Exactly.
trying to find my way.
We've all done.
My assumption would be if you were studying acting, right?
Hmm.
So was like the program and people there and teachers are very open-minded
Oh
about
yeah.
LGBT community.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of my first experience of like being with other gays. I mean, I'm like not 18, 19, and this is like the first time I'm experiencing being with other gay people and hearing their stories and going out with them. And like my first gay friend was a lesbian, and it was just like so eye-opening. It was just so great to be in a, a space where you could play and let your guard down, because I had not felt like that for the past 10 years of my life.
And what were your kind of first roles that you played? Fairy
Well,
godmother?
well, surprisingly not, not professionally. I didn't really thrive in college when it came to acting because I was really not in the right program, because I should have been doing comedy. If I was like a little bit more mature, I think I should have just moved to Los Angeles earlier, but I
Mhm.
just don't think I was an adult enough to do that. Like, I really envy people that like right after high school move to Los Angeles and like try to pursue their career. I was dancing with gay guys and coming in my pants at 19. But once I moved to LA is when I started to like figure out what I was good at, and that was doing like sketch comedy and improv.
Just between the two, when you were studying, were you focused on going into comedy beforehand, or what was
No.
your actual goal then?
My goal was I'm gonna be like a serious actor on Broadway. Like, that's what I thought. I thought I was gonna like do like I thought I was gonna make people cry for a living,
Mm.
and that's what I really wanted. I think also something is like a gay person, and I always was a funny person. I think that there's a part of us that want to be taken seriously because people just think that we're like jokesters are funny, or every gay person on TV is kind of like lighthearted and comedic. And I think there was a part of me that was like, I really just want to be taken seriously. Um, but it didn't work out.
Okay.
Today, still no one takes them seriously.
No.
But what like producers, directors in theater were like, Michael, no, you're just too hilarious to play
Exactly. I
this,
was
yeah.
auditioning. Yeah, well, also our theater program was super like experimental and avant-garde, and we did this version of theater training that was called Suzuki. Suzuki is like Japanese like movement training. It's very serious, and I
Mm.
was like, this I don't think that this is where I'm gonna thrive.
What was then the difference between West Coast and East Coast? Like, what surprised you straight away?
What surprised me straight away is kind of how, like, I don't know what the right word is. I don't want to say basic, but like everybody in LA is just like how you come across, how you look. The only thing that matters is how you come across physically. And that's all that they care about professionally and really socially. People still have physical headshots and everything. So that was what surprised me in New York. They care a little bit more about depth and like what you can bring to the table. In LA, it's you are the table. And also just personally, people in New York I feel like are a little bit more loyal, and New Yorkers are a lot more social than LA people. I don't know what the perception is of Los Angeles anymore, but Los Angeles is really not a social city.
Mhm.
Like, New Yorkers want to party. Like, after every shift of working at a restaurant in New York, we went out and got drunk. In LA, everybody went home and watched Netflix.
Yeah. My assumption would be, is it because New York you can, you don't have cars, you can walk to it and you have public
Mm-hmm.
transport, whereas in
Yeah.
LA you need to drive somewhere, so you're getting lazy to go
Exactly.
somewhere. Yeah.
Definitely years ago, at least before Uber. I mean, I'm all for like getting drunk at someone's house. Like, we could hang. I'm down. We could drink in a parking lot, and I'll walk home.
In the
I
bushes on
Yeah.
his knees on Fire Island.
Yeah.
exactly. I'm all for compromise. I'm very flexible.
Okay.
We've seen your OnlyFans, we know.
Exactly.
When you said that people, you know, perceiving you straight away from your, I guess, appearance or what you wear or what type of
Hmm.
phone you have. So does it bring again more insecurities?
Oh, true. It really does. I mean, if you don't have any trauma or insecurities before you move to LA, honey, you'll get them quick. Because
Okay.
literally, because you are picked apart for every single thing that you are, mostly physically, or
Mm.
because especially like I was auditioning for a lot of commercials, and people are ruthless there. They're like, okay, you're only going to audition for the nerd, you're only going to audition for the office worker, you're only going to audition for the person in the commercial that's doing it wrong. You're never going to be a spokesperson. And it's so traumatizing at like 22 to feel like, okay, I guess I'm like a dog, and I guess that like I'm not, all I have to bring to the table is like what I look like and sound like. I think that the times have changed a little bit, but at least that's how it was back then. Your talent really was not, barely mattered.
And Michael, how did you then audition so they give you that direct kind of feedback and put you in this bucket, right?
I didn't even audition for that agent. Like that for the commercial agencies, you don't even audition. It's all based on what you look like.
Hmm.
So my agent told me that. Oh, and then I had another agent that was like, "Is it possible for you to not act gay?" And that person was gay too. And I was like, "Oh god." I was like,
Okay.
"Oh Lord, the call is coming from inside the house." It
Oh my
was
God.
like that's the thing too. That's the thing too. In LA, a
Yeah.
lot of gay people are in positions of power, but they're
Yeah.
just as problematic.
Of course. They're like if they are in the power, then they feel like they're bitches and like they have power to control the
Exactly.
rest. So
Exactly. They want to control me. I don't like to be controlled.
Now, we've seen your OnlyFans, as I just said. We know that's not true.
all right. And then Michael, how did this kind of inspiration came to try stand-up comedy?
Well, it was during the pandemic, and a friend of mine, my friend Tim, that I do stand up with now, he was like, we lived two buildings down from each other, and we went on walks together every day because that was the only socializing that we could do. And he was like, you need to start doing stand up so that we could tour when all this is over. And I was like, oh, that sounds so fun, but so scary. So I did a lot of stand up on Zoom. I took classes on how to do stand up on Zoom. So by the time things opened up, I had 30 minutes of material. So I was doing that, and I really feel like stand up making my content online was really like, okay, I feel like I'm finally able to take agency over myself and my direction of where I'm going in my life and share my opinions and voice. And so many other gay people are relating to my opinions on things, because before that, all gay media is just from these big corporations and big platforms that gets whittled down by straight people. Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
so when I was making content online, I was like, it's just me sharing my opinions that I wrote. And doing stand up was an extension of that. And stand up, I just love so much because all you need is yourself and your words. You don't even need a camera person. You don't need a sound person. You don't need the internet. It's just you. And honestly, it is so freeing.
I can definitely see that, and I guess it's very natural for you, right? Just when you see
Hmm.
the audience, you already like spark, and it
Uh,
just goes, it flows, right?
it does. I mean, when you have an audience on your side in the palm of your hand laughing at your jokes, it is like an injection of heroin. It is like, uh, I'm constantly chasing the dragon. It is
Okay.
heaven.
It's like same situation as you came when you were dancing with that guy, right?
The
Yeah.
same exact, it took me back to that
Yes.
exact moment.
And you come
And
from
then
quite a funny family, Michael.
I do, I do. I mean, my parents are funny. And I mean, they joke around with each other. I mean, I'm here with my parents now, actually, and I'm in the room next to them, and I hear them laughing. So
okay.
they're still making each other laugh now.
Um, how do you create the material? Yeah, how do you come up with the jokes?
It's from conversations. Like I try to be as present as possible, and just be in the moment. And then when something comes up, I put it in my notes section of my phone. So it's all from like day to day stuff, and conversations. Like sometimes I'll be having a conversation with someone, I'll be like, "Damn, I'm funny. I just said something hysterical. I'm gonna put that in my notes section."
So, for example, we have now a podcast, and maybe there are a few things that that came out, and you're like, okay, I'll maybe might test it as my material as well, right?
No, as a Matt, you're not
Yes.
fun. Nothing you said was funny as a Matt. You're not stealing
No,
your content.
you
Don't
guys.
worry.
I'm gonna. Everything you guys said was so inspiring. I'm gonna make
Oh,
more content about you
Michael,
guys.
we
Yes,
love
my next
you.
stand-up special is gonna be about you guys. I was talking about these. Can you believe I'm talking about these London gays? They don't believe in air conditioning. They
We don't believe in air conditioning.
Michael, how do you test then your material?
It's the one thing you have to test it in front of people and fail. Like everything I'm doing in my life is to chip away at my confidence, I think.
Mm,
Because even with stand up, like you could be crushing one night and then the next night you're trying new material and it flops hard. It's like you could never totally feel like you're on top. You're constantly humbled. Because that's the only way to try something out. Or me and my friend Tim will test out new material with each other. I had a microplastics joke with that I tried with him the other day, and I don't think that he thought it was funny. So that's the other thing. You have to trust people, because you can't always trust audiences, but you have to have like other comics that you trust.
Do you have kind of rating of your jokes in your head? Like, okay, this is A plus content, this is
Yes,
B, this is C.
literally that. Like I start off with the stuff that I know that works. In the middle is the stuff that I'm iffy about, and I end on the stuff that I know works.
Okay. And somewhere in between, you can try something new.
Yes, in between, that's when people are already one or two drinks in, so they
Yeah.
might be a little bit more loose and they might be a little bit more forgiving. And then you
Are we
want them
talking about
to,
your time in Sweatbox, or are we focusing
Yeah.
on
I'm
comedy?
confused here.
honey, you've been spying on me.
Uh-huh. All right.
Uh-huh.
So if you take your 1 week, right,
Hmm.
a snapshot, how much would that be stand-up comedy? How much would that be your brand work, which is like your social media
Hmm.
collaborations? Like, tell us a bit more about what do you do now?
Well, my week definitely looks like I'm doing stand up either in LA or on the road, writing like sketches for my online material. Um, I spend a lot of time scrolling the internet and like feeling jealous of other people. Um,
Don't we all?
like
Uh-huh.
I'm at the point like I have to consciously tell myself, put your phone down. This is making you feel worse. And that's the thing too sometimes. As an artist, I don't want to be inspired by other people's content. I want to be inspired by people in person and like that's the thing too. It's almost like you're recycling recycled things. It's if you're just being inspired by other people's content. Um, but back to my daily life. Basically, it's all comedy. Like somehow writing something, going through my notes, auditioning for something, writing for something, hopefully acting in something. But it is mostly me with my laptop figuring out content.
Yeah.
Anything you won't joke about, Michael?
I mostly joke about myself. I rarely joke about people's appearances. I never talk about children, people's appearance, things that people can't like change. Like I really like roasting gay people and roasting myself, because it's like insular. It's us.
Hmm.
I I don't have a lot of jokes about like political climate because that stresses me out and I don't want to stress people out like and whatever you I have one joke about conservatives and people are like ugh groan because not because they don't want to hear it but because they're bracing themselves for like oh god what are we going to hear about now. I'd rather just talk about like jizz.
Wouldn't we? Wouldn't we all?
Yes.
And like my failed sex life.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Sometimes when you go in London to the gay bars and you see a drag queen,
Mhm.
very often they roast the audience
Yeah,
and it can be quite negative,
right.
right? And when you're drunk, it can be kind of fun, but you
Yeah,
don't. Sometimes it's on the border of being toxic, right?
totally.
Yeah, and Oliver very often noticed that. It's like, I don't like that. I want it to be a bit more fun and uplifting, right?
Exactly. Well, I think that in the UK, drag I think is a little bit different than in the US. In the US, they're mostly doing lip syncing and maybe singing live, but they don't do a lot of roasting here. That's just like a specialty that some queens do. But even comics that do a lot of crowd work and roasting the audience, that isn't really my style. I don't even do a ton of crowd work. And when I do, it's like vibing with them. I'm doing crowd work with them to set up the joke that I've already got planned.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of crowd work that is like simple, it is making fun of the audience member, and that isn't my style.
Mhm.
Some people like it though. Some people sit up front with that expectation. So everyone has their own kink.
Yeah, yeah, I can see it, especially on social media. You see some stand-up comedy sketches, and very often it's crowd work, and they would say like, "Oh, where are you from?" or "How long have you been together? What do you do for a living?"
Yeah.
And I think it's talent as well. Yeah.
It is a talent. I think that it is a version of stand up. But what I love about stand up is hearing the comic's point of view on their life. So that you can really only get from material that they have planned. So you don't get a ton of insight into that comic's, perspective on the world from them asking someone kind of trivial questions. But it's a style that people like. Like on social media, a lot of stand-ups content that goes viral is just some trivial crowd work where they're asking them like, "So what do you do for a living? Oh, so you're a machine operator? Oh, so you must get nailed a lot. Blah 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 blah." It's like some people get. Sometimes I'm surprised at how basic audiences can be to entertain.
Yeah. Was there like a certain moment where the following like literally spiked?
Yeah, I did a video called Gay Chicken, which a straight friend of mine was like, I never heard of this term. But I never heard of this term, and he said he had heard about it. I guess in Arizona it's very popular. It's like when two straight guys go in to kiss each other, and whoever chickens out is the chicken. So that I was like, okay, I'm all for this. Where do I watch
Yeah.
this happen? So we did a video about that, and shockingly, it blew up. Who would have thought gay people would want to watch straight guys try to kiss each other?
Uh-huh.
But that one took off, and then I did one about like beards, like actual physical like facial hair, and gay guys went go wild over facial hair. So that video did well. And though like once I was like consistently doing a lot of videos like that, that's when my following kind of blew up. But the first video that actually did really well was I went around Chelsea in New York and filmed myself asking people if they thought I was a twink.
Okay.
And so many people were so perplexed. They were like, "You're obviously not a twink." And at the time, I'm like 30 years old, and I was like, "I guess this is when twinks die."
Die, yeah.
Yeah.
But you also had few collaborations with other influencers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a video with Trixie Mattel, and she is like the nicest angel ever. Like,
Mhm.
she wanted to do a video with me because she liked my style, and I was like, "Oh my God, you are a fan of mine? That's insane to me." Because she's like the most popular drag queen on the planet.
Mhm.
And she was great to work with, so fun. I did a couple things with her, and she's actually like a part of the show that I did on Out TV called "Wish You Were Queer." But people with big followings, that it helps because sometimes gay people just like a certain type of gay content creator, and then when you collaborate with them, they're like, "Whoa, there's this whole other world of like funny gay people. That's insane. I was just following, shirtless lifestyle gays."
Yeah, like, don't we all? Were there any funny stories when you were like, no, 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 I'm not working with this kind of brand, and what brands were like super fun to work with?
So
Well,
far, I
friend
haven't
of
said
Dorothy, first of all.
Friends of Dorothy,
Yes.
of
Yeah.
course. I start my day with Friends of Dorothy.
Oh,
Oh,
and I
And I
start
end
my
my
day
nights
with
with them
you. What are
too.
we're getting on here, Michael?
Yes.
Michael, in Sweatbox. You start your day in Sweatbox with
Start my
Friend
day in
of Dorothy.
Sweatbox,
Yeah.
but the fiber supplements help.
Yeah. And you put Friend of Dorothy all over your face. That's why you
Exactly.
look so
Like
young.
my tramp stamp says friend of Dorothy. No, for brands, I love working with brands because I secretly enjoy marketing because there's kind of a science to attracting your audience to something. It's a lot of trickery. It's like I'm doing something funny and then haha, now we're talking about a brand and then back to funny stuff. It's kind of like my stand up. You start with stuff that works, and then in the middle is when you try to reel them in, and then in the end, you do stuff that works. When it comes to marketing, I feel like gay men are pretty, there's some surefire things that always work. It's like if you have a hot guy and funny content, it's like magic.
Yeah.
Um,
This,
but
this
I,
is like a recipe for success.
it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Michael, can you tell us a little bit about your TV show?
oh yeah, it's called Wish You Were Queer. It's me and my friend Tim. We go on the road in middle America doing stand up in an RV. So we're driving in an RV from Ohio all the way down to New Orleans and doing stand up. It's actually a snapshot into our real life because, I always say I am a blue collar content creator, a blue collar comedian. I have to hustle still. Nothing's really offered to me yet. I have to beg, borrow, and steal laughs.
Uh-huh.
Um, so we're not staying in luxe accommodations or anything. We're just in an RV doing stand up in these random cities. And some of them are really small, like Louisville, Kentucky. We do go to Nashville, Tennessee. We go to a lot of red states to do stand up. And the gays there are just so different. The gays in Louisville, Kentucky are a lot different than the gays in Eighth Avenue in New York. So it's just interesting to shine light on those gay populations.
Can you give us examples of what's the difference?
We did a show after brunch in Pensacola, Florida, and the gays there were hilarious because there's only two gay bars in Pensacola, Florida. So their priority is drinking and fingering. And both happened at our show. A guy in the audience was getting fingered by like three different guys while we're doing stand up, and then one of them was like passing around poppers. So the whole crowd was doing poppers. This is like 2 p.m. wasted, and it's heaven. I mean, and also such a diverse crowd of people in Pensacola. We have, bearded older men with white beards that look like Santa who are flirting with the 22-year-old twink.
Yeah.
It's like such a band of misfits that this is their community, though. Everybody knows each other.
So you felt like home.
I felt like home. I moved there.
Yeah.
He goes to the club every week and gets fingered.
I have a residency in Pensacola. Yes, exactly.
And how is that different to New York crowd?
So different. I mean, um,
They're spoiled.
New Yorkers are spoiled because the world is your oyster in New York. You could go
Yeah.
uptown, you could go to Chelsea, you could go to Brooklyn, Queens. Hell, there's neighborhoods in Queens. In Pensacola, Florida, you got two options, and the bars are rival bars. So
Mm.
you only if you go to the cabaret, you're a certain kind of gay. If you go to the roundup, you're another kind of gay. Oh, you go to the roundup, oh, you're trash. Oh, you go to the cabaret, oh, you're a musical theater queen. It's like
Uh-huh.
you know, it's just so different. I mean, even in London gays are so different. I think than U.S. gays scenes. The vibes are just so different, and I don't think that we always get to see the diversity of the gay community on mainstream media. It's just these are gay people. This is what gay people like because we only have this gay character on this one show that's popular. So they're representing everybody.
So when you're doing your show, do you have like cameraman walking with you, or how did it all?
I have a camera crew everywhere.
Uh-huh.
But normally when I'm on the road, we don't film that stuff. Sometimes I wish everything was filmed, and sometimes I'm like, well, that's just the magic of living in the now, and that's the magic of stand up. We're all sharing this moment together, as like kind of cheesy as that might sound. It's like it's so rare to just have a non-technological moment.
Yes,
So, and I
because
think that
everyone
that's
has a
why
camera as well.
yeah, I think that's why stand up is standing the test of time. I think is because people still really think that what that person is doing is special because a lot of people are scared to do it, and we're all sharing in that moment together without, a television or a phone.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
Uh, Michael, we will be wrapping up, and we usually ask like a blitz five quick questions in the end.
Sure, if you want to wrap it up, that's on you. I never ask.
If you don't want to wrap it up, don't wrap it up.
Michael, what's your favorite gay bar or gay club?
I mean, I love Precinct in downtown Los Angeles. I mean,
Why?
that because they have such a variety of nights. They have Latino leather night. They have a jockstrap night. They have trans nights, lesbian nights. It's such a community bar that you could get anything you want there. Thursday nights is probably my favorite, or they have amazing Latino nights. So those are the crowds that I enjoy.
Drag queens, do you prefer live performances or lip syncing?
I I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I love the lip syncing.
Yeah.
I mean, I because to me it's like the energy that they could bring to someone else's material. It's almost like they're really making it their own. And at least in the US, they don't just do one song. It's a compilation of things in a track. And seeing what some of them will do is like they'll combine some audio from a movie, audio from Drag Race, audio from a stand-up, and create their own, thing. And I think that's what makes it kind of like its own special art form.
Yeah, and I think that's very American way compared to the UK,
Uh
and it's
huh.
so nice to have, variety of stuff. Some people are doing this,
Exactly.
some people are doing this, so we can enjoy both, right?
Exactly. Hmm.
Um, Drag icon, dead or alive, that you would love to have a dinner with and chat.
Divine from John Waters. Like I am so inspired by Divine. Like I love their movies. I was just watching Lust in the Dust the other night,
Mm,
and they are just they were I don't even know if ahead of their time is a thing to say about them, but they were just that John Waters and Divine created this character, and I just think it was just so special, so wacky, so off the wall, so unheard of before, and daring. And just to have a conversation with them would be so eye opening. They're like um, my comedy idol.
and my last question, the last like live performance concert that you very much enjoyed.
I saw Death Becomes Her on Broadway.
Hmm.
And that was amazing. If you're in New York, you have to see it. Also, Mary, which is on Broadway right now, also which is also amazing.
Hmm.
But I love watching these super gay musicals and plays.
Yeah.
Like it's, I mean, Oh Mary is so kooky and off the wall and unique, and I'm so happy that it's gotten so much attention and praise. But also, Death Becomes Her. It's just like they have a whole song called "I Do It All for the
The
Gays."
gays, I love it. It's
Uh
so
huh.
good. I listen to it. Our 5-year-old daughter
Uh
literally
huh.
goes around singing for the gays now.
Yeah, it's
it's
hilarious.
it's hilarious. It's amazing. I mean, it is like Rainbow Explosion, really.
I agree.
Hmm.
Michael, thank you so much. This was absolutely brilliant.
Well,
Like
thanks,
you always put smile on our faces. My
thanks,
cheeks
guys.
hurt from
Uh,
laughs.
your cheeks hurt. Well, don't blame that on me. Blame that on the sweat box.
Michael, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
guys.